I just thought it was disrespectful. I'm like, man, you know, we don't even want you here, to be honest. Like, we're not here to hobnob with any rappers, and I personally don't like rappers who don't rap.
Travis Scott is getting bullied in the internet, getting bullied in the industry.
You cried in front of me, you died in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me.
Travis ain't about to back down. He's from Houston. He got.
So you think Travis coming back? Travis gonna come back with a verse?
I wouldn't be surprised if you hit something for the weekend. Done.
And we got Tyler Perry has been facing a lawsuit for sexual harassment from a male actor.
In response to the suit, Perry's attorney, Matthew Boyd, would deny the allegation, stating, "This is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam."
You got your mans on sex assault charges. Yeah, the nigga you be hanging with.
And we have Timbaland out here. He got caught stealing. He can't explain himself. He's trying to maneuver out the lie, but he keep on getting called out.
What are we doing here? That's that man beat.
Guess who called for that beat? Ghostface Killer.
And we got Brittany Renner has taken off the hijab. Finally, it's come to an end. The slander against Islam is done.
What made you choose Islam? I didn't.
What's up this week? I didn't get with the 1, 2, 3.
Pusha says, yo, Travis, he played me Utopia, but he left off the fact that Drake had a verse on Meltdown. Now, here's the thing, I gotta be honest. Maybe Drake is notorious for turning verse mad late, like right before. I remember Yachty. I seen Yachty at Complex Con. That's when he was waiting for the Oprah's bank account. Loki's album got delayed because Drake turned that dumb late. So who knows? You know, I'm shooting Travis some bail here. Maybe Utopia didn't have the Drake Meltdown verse yet. But Pusha feels away while you play the song without it. When it, this is my man's. So we were in Paris literally working. He was calling P to play his new album. Oh, so he was playing it for Pharrell. He came to Pharrell's studio. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. All right, never mind. Travis, I can't get you back. I'm gonna tell you what. Don't play the album for the who you know is gonna get dissed on the album. You should have took the diss off then. You should have took the diss off. Or just at least stand on it. That's not your man's. Oh, I guess maybe Drake was your man's at that point. It's like, say I'm a rapper. I play my album for Savage. Savage is like, oh, okay, that's sound fire. Then I leave off the fact that another on the album dissing Savage. I don't tell him about it. I don't be like, heads up, bro. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, that's up, bro.
I don't take it as personal as I should. It's Travis. He's harmless. I'm not into what his whole makeup.
We are here, Cloud Babies. Travis Scott is a punching bag. Hey, man. He only bullies DJs. Behind the scenes. That's what people are saying.
Yeah, right.
Right. Now, we got Tory Lanez.
The incident.
Bullied him.
Back
right?
in the day.
We had A$AP Rocky. Clapped on him. Meek Mill, I think put hands on him. Might have. The video is a little iffy. We didn't see.
Can't even bring up Meek Mill, okay?
Exactly.
We can't do it.
And then we have Tiger and AE. They really put hands on him in France.
Francais? Francais?
France.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We got Ye. Ain't messing with them no more.
Well, Ye ain't messing with a lot of people.
And then you have Drake. Drake is enough. Drake said enough.
Drake's in hot water
Drake
right now.
said enough with Travis.
In fact, when Utopia came out, the Meltdown verse from Drake was one of the most highly discussed verses, and it was because of the insults to Pharrell. I mean, Travis can't play completely stupid in this instance. He had to understand on some level the gravity of what was being said in that guest verse and what was being communicated.
Before y'all get out of here, bro, just play that. Oh, man. Please, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Metro was trying to get out of here like.
He was even instrumental in the whole beef now, to like that verse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Egging that on. I don't want nobody who don't rap to egg nothing on.
Yeah. Now Pusha T came out, was like, yo, he wasn't even invited to the Louis Vuitton studio. He showed up acting a fool.
For real, trying to get a play.
I agree with Pusha T 100%. 110%. Now, the question is, should he clap back? Like Bun B is talking about, oh yeah, I'm expecting that.
Clap back.
He's not a rapper like that.
That's what Pusha T's saying.
Yeah,
but, hey,
I agree.
I mean, look, this is a great thing. We gotta see a new beef. This is the beef we've been waiting for. Travis and Pusha. Because this is the same thing. Yeah. It's the same thing playing. History is repeating itself.
It's either go into it or act like it didn't happen. But the problem is that the people are going to demand a response.
When we see it, 2 songs that come out, Pusha T might do a diss that's hard as hell. Verse going hard, bringing up dope stuff. But then Travis drops one of those bangers, one of those summer anthems that sticks around for a little bit.
Hey, we'll see. Do you know what it is? I feel like Travis is just like that bundle of energy, like people describing, like jumping around. You see the videos, like it's like fairy to him. Like everything's surface level. He's not thinking too deeply about things.
I don't understand how you're so talented, but you're still burning bridges without having that wide of a beef.
Yeah,
you know what I
you're
mean?
right. It's weird. You're burning bridges by not picking a side. Interesting. That's interesting.
And just doing douchebag things.
Yeah, that's the different story. If you're taking up people's studio time.
Yeah,
no,
one. And two, he is a bully. He proved that all the time. He's here beating up the DJs. You remember the one in New York, the one in France? There's another one, I think he was like in Egypt or something like that.
Yeah,
like people
the
don't talk
physical
about
altercations is too much when you see like jumping around. Plus, Travis is a small dude. You know, you can let the security do most of that after that. The heavy lifting gets done after that by like 6'8". Dudes paid a nice salary.
He was scared when
done.
Tory Lanez pulled up on him. No security guard, no security guard, no 6'8", nothing was there. And then he was beatboxing like, but we could talk about it.
They don't roll without people in the background. But at the end of the day, Tory's a little demon. The way he look, he's like, I don't care. Everybody in this room can get out right now, and we can run the fade. I was like, yo,
I love Tory, man. Pause, yo, that's my guy. So we need Tory out.
That's why he's in there.
That's the type of energy.
That's why he's in there.
You're right. That's exactly.
That energy is why he's in there. Let's be real.
You're right.
Come on, man.
But what I'm saying is, though, that's still my nigga.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta love it.
You said I sound like something. I said what I said. If you felt the way and you want to handle it the way you want to handle it, that's why we here right now. So I'm saying, what do you want to do, bro? Do you want to do? No. Are we apologizing, or are you want to shoot the fake? I'm just trying. Everybody can get out of here. Every single person can get out of here. Literally, every person can get out of here, and we can shoot the fake.
I mean, I'm not
because you cannot be talking reckless. All Tory said was like, look, because somebody was like, yo, you drop a song and you sound exact. The song he dropped with T-Pain, he was like, yo, a lot of people was like, yo, you sounding like Travis Scott. And then he responded back, was like, yo, how can I sound like somebody I wrote for? And Travis was not having it.
Now, I will say this. I wouldn't have it either, because in that way, Travis is saying, I just showed up to do a hook for the artist of that song.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't know who's like writing this music. You can't claim that you write for me.
Yeah.
When I sang a hook that you might have, I'd be like, I don't know if you wrote for me, dog.
Okay, how about the situation with him and Tyga in France?
Oh, man.
Bro, he got washed by AE and them. Son, but how can you not, with all that money, learn jiu-jitsu? At least watch Cobra Kai. At least watch Cobra Kai, my G.
Watch that. You saw him throw hands with the boxing gloves on, man. No, it's not a good look. Just stick to rage.
Man. Not when you, come on, son.
Just stick
you
to
got money like that, you gotta have a trainer.
No, money can't buy you coordination. Money can't buy you.
Be like Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
My nigga is training.
Wiz had coordination. Wiz was skinny. That's the only thing Wiz had against him. And now he's buff. You know what I'm saying? But Travis,
so it's Travis. That could be the same thing, just time and dedication, son. You cannot get him smashed by like Tory, which is like 5'2". All right, let's be Tyga.
You watched him play basketball?
Serious.
You seen Travis play basketball?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
They looking for the shootout. That was contested.
I want to see a song from Travis that's actually dope, because I haven't heard a hit in a while. I want a hit, because when the beat is fire, the beat is fire.
Yeah, but when you ain't got no good ghostwriters to help you out,
you
know what I mean?
Bringing the same goddamn argument up.
No, I'm just fighting for Sahai, man. That's my nigga, yo. Shout out to Sahai, man.
Bro, shout out to Sahai, man. Give a high five to Sahai.
I had a large amount of sicko mode. You know what I'm saying? I had a large amount of sicko mode, right? They called me, his people called me like, man, the sample taking up this. We got this many samples on it. We got this. Can we give you, can you just take this significant cut? I think it was like a 10% cut. Now, sicko mode is diamond, y'all. Imagine losing 10% of sicko mode. He gave me a swap for it. He like, man, if you take this percentage, I'll give you a swap and I'll give you a record. Whatever. You think I'm gonna get that record?
Let's just acknowledge the flip side, because you know what Pusha needs? Pusha needs a dope-ass beat. Because
he got Pharrell. Pharrell
so
too
busy
this to be fire,
making Louis bags.
Son, the whole album is supposed to be Pharrell produced.
Let's see.
So let's go.
But the last great song that Pharrell did was Happy. So
yo, leave my nigga Pharrell alone, son.
No, I'm joking. Don't get mad.
I think you're right, though. I think you're right. That was the last hit.
Big hit. was happy, and it played 24 hours a day.
Still, son, I was
Crazy.
in the airport in Korea, son. I'm hearing happy. I'm like,
100%.
nigga, not in Korea right now.
Now, let's say Pusha's album. How you going? Are we translating Pusha on that song? Because we need Pusha to get some beats.
We'll see. Pusha got bars. I know that for a fact. I like So Be It. So Be It is dope,
If
son.
he had a Travis beat.
I know. But like
I'm saying,
we'll
this
see.
is the
We'll
thing.
see.
This is a great battle. It's like music versus rap.
But
lyrics.
nah, Travis ain't gonna clap back. He knows
not.
better.
Probably not.
There's no way.
Yeah, you would. I wouldn't.
It's wrong timing.
100%.
Let me tell you why it's wrong timing.
Tell me.
He got Utopia on Netflix. They
Oh.
showing you how horrendous it
The
was.
horror.
The horror. So now, if you clap back, you're not gonna get what you think is gonna be like the people's for you. Now
the
you have
brand
white
image.
America is like, oh, this is crazy.
Brand image is tough.
He seemed like he didn't care. He seemed like he's all about the money.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's getting destroyed by Pusha T. And then you say something, all Pusha T is gonna have to do is just do some sort of reference that everybody visually, that people is gonna see, and it's a rap, son.
But all the 16-year-old,
you're losing mad money. Fall back right now.
All the Jimmys and Timmys in the high schools and just getting into college and you know, they've been listening to Travis for the last 6-8 years. They're gonna look up Pusha T songs and they're gonna be like,
whoa, that's the dude that destroyed Drake. That's all they're gonna see.
They're gonna see,
and they're gonna fall in love with Pusha.
They're gonna think
it's a
Kendrick
rap.
2.0.
Yup.
World was shocked when news broke of Tyler Perry being sued for $260 million in damages after being accused of sexual assault by one of his actors on his series, The Oval.
Actor and writer Christian Keys is now being mentioned in the lawsuit that Derek Dixon has filed against Tyler Perry for sexual harassment and battery.
Who didn't see that coming? My dude was playing Medea. He was comfortable.
Man,
We're
I
not
love
gonna
Medea,
joke about assault or anything like that.
Yeah.
But Tyler Perry out here, lawsuit has Twitter acting a fool. All the
harassment,
jokes,
right?
Harassment. He was doing all sorts of stuff, bro.
Coercing and harassment.
Bro, he boosts the dude's paycheck. Derek Dixon, whatever his name is.
His name's Dixon?
Oh, come on.
Oh my God, you can't write this.
It's a movie, son. The dude was like, yo, he touched my thighs. That's why I'm suing.
Oh, dog.
Yeah, he was sending me weird texts. That's pretty much all the evidence he has.
Dog.
But at the same time, there's
character.
evidence out there, yeah, because he worked for the Oval. There's evidence out there, like, well, Derek trying to produce that he boosts his pay. I think he was getting like $9 grand per episode to like $20 grand per episode, like something wild like that. Like,
yeah, he deserved it.
I'm shocked because I thought Tyler Perry was in a closet. For him to be this explicit over text messages that can be saved is stunning to me. It don't feel like this is a secret. If Derek's plans was to string Tyler Perry along and get enough resources or as much as he can out of Tyler Perry without giving up the butt, it looks like his plan was working because November 3rd of 2019, Tyler Perry texted Derek Dixon and offering to find him a job that could change his life.
Tyler might have taken method acting too far. He might be
that's straight bussy.
Bro, he might be the Daniel.
That's the acting, son. That bussy activity. That is pure bussy activity.
He might be the Daniel Day-Lewis
acting, son.
of sitcom, bro.
To me, his name is Medea. And when you know how to play a woman or play a homosexual so good, it's natural.
Hey, you know they got your mans. They got your mans on sex assault charges. Yeah, the nigga you be hanging with. The nigga you be hanging with. Oh, it's sex offender. And it was your mans. He was your boy. I heard you grew up with him. That's crazy, man.
He must be stopped, man. He must be stopped. If it's true, bro. But at the same time, too, we gotta pay attention, right? Is it a money grab? Like,
This is a money grab. This is 100% a money grab, but it does reveal the truth that we've all been suspecting.
Yeah.
It reveals the truth because we all knew Tyler Perry had girlfriends, but we also seen
how comfortable
the
he
other
is
side
acting,
of things.
yeah.
And we could say he's a bisexual. We could say some stuff.
About a year ago, too, sorry to cut you off, there was another dude that came out,
Yeah.
Christian Keat or something like that, Keys, or
I
Christian
bet.
Keys or something like came out and
There's
was
gonna be
just
plenty
like, yo, this dude was trying to
There's
do
gonna
all
be
sorts of-
plenty. There's gonna
Yeah.
be plenty, right? There's gonna be plenty. Because if he was willing to try and harass a straight guy, it seems like, or maybe not. I'm not sure about this.
Yeah,
Dixon
I don't know
fella.
if this dude is straight.
Dixon,
if you're gonna get
not.
invited to a
Dixon
dude's
probably
house,
not. You're right.
You're invited to a dude's
Yeah,
house. You end up in your boxers, homie.
No, you're right.
Nah, son.
Yeah, you're right.
What y'all grown asses doing spending the night? Grown men don't have sleepovers. If you stay tonight at somebody's house, there's a damn reason. Don't be if y'all was doing something that grown folk do, then that's what y'all did. And then if it was over with, you was living whatever kind of life. And now you want to sue him because the lifestyle that you was living when you was with him, if you was with him, now that's over with. That's all that is. That's what I got out of it.
So Tyler would have hired him based on, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
so
that's not it. So but for Tyler to be willing to go out on a leg and then be kind of with an employee, that means how many other interactions
that he's trying to groom before.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Maybe that's how they get roles.
Bro, but you know what that is though as well? When you get so powerful that you forget that you're still going to be held accountable for things.
Here is where the shoe hit the fan. So in the middle of Mr. Perry changing up the scenes, he says, I want Jeffrey to be gay. And he has a crush on his bully. That's not what I auditioned for. What?
I know he's gay. He knows he's gay. We all have friends that know he's gay. I've hung around Tyler Perry. I've known Tyler Perry for years.
You had to know better.
He's above the law.
You would have had to know better not to mess with an employee, but you did anyway. And not only that, you're upholding an image of a God-fearing straight man.
Yeah.
In a way.
See, now, as a billionaire too, are you that dumb to be sending texts back and forth to your employee,
exactly, right?
Talking about all sorts of craziness?
So
there's
power
a
went to
point
his
where
head.
this dude was like, yo, he grabbed me in the neck and was like, yo, look how hard I make you. Like crazy stuff like that. Like the lawsuit is like vivid. Like it's crazy.
Good
Cloud
Lord.
Babies, go and read it. It's crazy. But at the same time,
That's
he like
Diary of a Mad Black
yeah,
Man.
son, that's
right
like
there.
Brokeback Mountain 3.5, nigga, black version, nigga.
Bro. Everyone speculated for a guy to get him with a dress constantly. They were like, hey, is he, what's going on? But this is confirmation, So I don't know how this hurts. This not only hurts the brand in terms of what he's dealing with from a
That's
lawsuit.
a good question. You think is that going to tarnish?
100%.
People's going to be like,
Because his main audience are conservative, like black folk.
Black women.
And black women.
Yeah, mostly black women.
Mostly black women.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
We'll
tough.
see. They don't care. Black women don't care about homosexuality like that. Like they invited a lot. You know what I mean? So,
right. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think like it just opened a door to get sued repetitively now.
Well, it's just gonna show you. There's probably gonna be more to come out. That's like if if he was willing to kind of go to those lengths with an employee, oof.
Yeah.
There's gonna be others that start popping up.
Yeah.
And making claims because if it is a money grab, it's a money grab. But there's gonna be other people that want to grab some money. This is interesting. I knew it was weird when he was flying model planes that are basically like life size.
Like, dude, he got a whole town. It's like he got his own Hollywood.
He got a miniature runway and he's got this 747 plane the size of this room. Though.
Yeah.
No people on it. Just
nobody, son.
Flying this giant plane.
Yeah, he got it lit. He probably was with this dude.
Probably. Yeah, probably that's how he starts. He's like, hey, you got to see my model plane.
Oh my
come out to
God,
the
what
runway.
an animal, son.
What an animal. Well,
if it's true, everything is alleged, so I cannot say that. So I'll take that back.
Was he
You know
at a
what I mean?
Diddy party? Let's ask the question.
We don't know.
I'm just
We
asking.
don't know because that is Diddy attitude-ish. Like,
It's
you
a
know
lot
what
of.
I mean?
It's a
But,
lot of.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Kevin Spacey? And they were saying that he was around here saying that he was going to do this and do that. All you had to do is give him a little bit of dick. Just a little bit. He lost House of Cards because he was accused of throwing dick on little white boys. So Tyler ain't the only one. Let's stop the cap. It's White Wednesday.
So Timbaland got caught using this guy beat, K Fresh.
But I want you to listen for his producer tag. You'll hear it in a second. Listen to this for a second. You heard that? Not only are those elements of the sound of the beat that you just heard, in my opinion, but you also hear the man's tag. Oh. What are we doing here? That's that man fucking beat.
Now, Timbaland have this AI company he's partnered with called Suno,
which has been facing a lawsuit from these multiple record labels claiming that they've used music unlawfully against, without, permission
consent,
or anything like that for these music that has been, trademarked by these companies. And this AI company is saying, no, we take samples from the whole database that's anything on the internet, like free license.
So
right?
technically your music, if you're a producer, if it's clean enough, they will take it.
Yeah, if it's on the internet and it's accessible, even if it's behind a paywall, if there's ways that you can access the music through snippets and all that, AI is able to sample that.
So they admit to it in court. So now this guy is trying to show you how you could use Suno to make beats and stuff like that. So he combined one rapper that was in the car and then K-Fresh beat, not really giving no credit or anything like that. So he mixed it up, claiming that it was his. That's Baby Timbo. That's what he called it. Now he got called out by Curtis King and K-Fresh. Oh, he's trying to slither his way out of this one, Cloud Babies. He was like, well, because of this beat, Ghostface called me.
Yeah.
Guess who called for that beat? Ghostface Killer. Because of that post.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to call him today and say, yo, man, you need to send that beat to Ghostface.
So Ghostface follows me. I posted that beat a number of times. So if Ghostface wanted that beat, he could have reached out to me directly.
But now, Cloud Babies, what are we doing?
And if he did get a call, why didn't Timbaland refer him straight to K-Fresh and say, oh, you got his number, why don't you hit him up?
Mm-hmm.
And K-Fresh is saying, like, that's just the point blank of it. And to be honest with you, this is what the whole AI fear has been with music. And you had other producers even calling Timbaland out, like asking the question, is our music going to be used in this AI, algorithm? Is it going to be, using our music to train this thing to produce what it's producing? And, Timbaland's saying, I'm not a part of that kind of thing. And basically, he definitely tried to skirt around this.
Yeah.
And obviously the AI company came out and was like, hey, we are obviously sampling the entire database as much as possible.
Yo, are you training AI off of our music?
I can't train. I don't own the company to do the training data. I am a partner of Suno's.
Controversial AI music startups Suno and Udio were sued by major label companies for allegedly training their systems using major recordings without permission.
I don't like the fact that he was trying to hide it away from the people when he's clearly, even with his body motion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When other producers was asking him, like Guru was just asking him, like, are you using our other people's stuff? He was like, no. I don't know how to talk to it. Yeah. I don't program the
I'm not the one programming it.
Yeah.
I'm not the one feeding it.
But at the same time you are. Because if you you just showed us an example that you are.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, right? Yeah, 100%. One, if you feed in, you literally upload sounds, you're definitely training it, right? That's one. And the other thing is, like, this has been the fear with Timbaland doing this kind of, because he's been doing like live streams, producing music. He's had other producers come in and produce with him. There was collaborative things. Then he was
people
doing
sending
things,
them money to critique music.
that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on with beat production with Timbaland. Rightfully so, it's Timbaland. But he, of all people, should know, giving credit to the producers is the biggest deal when it comes to beats.
There's still a conflict of interest because you're part of this AI company and everybody's asking you, are you using my content to train this AI? And you keep on denying it, saying no and no and no. And then that's one. And then two, last week, he came out talking about, I signed a new artist. Everybody got excited.
Oh, yeah.
An AI artist named Tata. You know who Tata is? Jay-Z's best friend. I'm like, nigga, that's the only Tata I know, nigga. Like, are we serious right now?
Yo.
All these artists are starving right now that's very good at what they do. And then you get in a full package technically because most of these artists, they shooting their own music videos. They writing their own song. They're producing their own stuff.
I will say
and then
this.
you're going to sign an AI.
Let him sign him. But we've seen it already. When AI first came out and we heard Tupac songs and all that kind of stuff, and we were all hyped. And we were thinking, we're like, hey, man, this is it. How are we going to compete with AI? And you know what? AI right now can produce some crazy songs. And it's doing it. But people are not going to run with it because people still want a person behind the music. It's weird, but that's played out over the past year.
Until a hit come out We have not known who the hell he or she is. There's a whole publicity of who he could be on some Bensky stuff.
Would have to be lied to.
And then a whole year later,
Would
2
have to
years
be lied
later,
to.
all of a sudden we find out it's an AI.
Yeah, would have
Then
to
it's
be
too
lied
late.
to.
Then how do we feel?
100%. It'd have to
everything have to match visually.
It would have to be a lie. It would have to be, the wool would have to be over our eyes for a good couple of years. And there would have to be a fan base. But the crazy thing is, in this day and age with live streaming and having to put your face out on every podcast and all that, it's impossible.
Not true.
It would be the greatest conspiracy ever.
We also have deepfake.
Be incredible.
That same so-called model or AI could have interviews with Rogan.
They'd have to show up to the BET Awards.
It could happen.
Have to show up. Do you know what I'm saying? No, but I'm saying you'd have to fool everybody.
Yeah. It's possible.
Let's see.
I mean, Drake fooled everybody that he's a good rapper.
We got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married.
We got Brittany Renner has taken off the hijab. Finally, it's come to an end. The slander against Islam is done. Bro, okay, so they got a divorce, seen on the red carpet without holding hands. They showed up separately. At this point in time, Brittany Renner was still wearing the hijab, paying respect to Islam.
She's
and alhamdulillah. And now she's just
back
took it off.
twerking, baby.
She said, I'll do what I want. I don't answer to nobody, nothing, no
Booty
place.
clapping sound.
Feminism on point. She said, but then at the end of her caption and her post, pulling out the fro, she's like, I wore cornrows under my hijab, and and she said it's alhamdulillah for life still.
Oh my God.
What are we doing?
So
why did you start with the hijab in the first place? That's why
everybody, not only us, everybody predict that was gonna happen.
100%.
She's flip-flopping religion for content, for clout, like
for
you know
clout.
what I mean?
It's disrespectful. Like there's girls that like they spend their whole teenage years and they've been raised in an Islamic household, and they make the decision eventually to put the hijab on as a big move. It's a undertaking, a life journey. And then she did it for like
She's
some
predictable,
views, bro.
She's very predictable. You
It's
want me to
so-
tell you her next step?
What?
Politics.
Yo.
She's gonna become
AOC.
a Democrat or something like
Yeah.
that, and then she's gonna be like fighting for
Women's
females'
rights.
rights and stuff like that. Yeah, on some
Her-
Embo Rose. Why? That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
Her and Bunny Blue are like what feminism has now devolved into.
Yeah.
Like
Bunny
this
Blue
is the
for
result.
vice president.
It's the result of like hardcore feminism has pushed and opened the loopholes to allow for acceptance and, you know what? Not just acceptance, championing actions like Bunny Blue and Brittany Renner, championing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just brokenness. Good luck. It's not a good. It's honestly I knew it was gonna be disrespect from the start. We were calling it from the very beginning. But hey, come on now. And if she puts it back on, I'm done. Yo, get off the internet. Get off the internet.
She will for attention. I think she liked negative or positive. She still loved the attention.
Crazy.
Rapper Fat Joe is denying allegations brought forth by his former hype man in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. After Terrence T.A. Dixon filed a complaint alleging that he witnessed the rapper groom, isolate, and sexually exploit minors while employed by his company, a lawyer for Fat Joe, whose real name is Joseph Antonio Cartagena, fired back, calling the suit a blatant act of retaliation.
Fat Joe is accused of trying to hire someone to murder 50 Cent years ago in a new $20 million lawsuit.
It's getting worse for Fat Joe out here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Fat Joe's getting sued, Cloud Babies. We saw that coming too.
But this is
all right?
terrible.
It's worse than I thought it was. I'm just here thinking it was just from the, you know what I mean, from the hype man.
Bro.
I did not see. Can you read what you find out?
Okay. So basically, we get this hype man come out and spill the tea that, we knew Fat Joe be lying about things. But let's hope that this hype man's lying, because there's three different, he's basically allegating, right?
Yeah.
That he has firsthand knowledge and witnessing of Fat Joe having acts of a sexual nature with minors. And not only that, 3 different minors, 15, 16, and 15, different, backgrounds. One 16-year-old, he paid for a BBL. The other, he was flying to Miami to New York, trafficking. The other, like paying for rent, bills, and nails, and in exchange, getting that
slappy toppy. Oh, shit.
Bro, minors, bro. Like, this is the shit we all worried about. Like, when we're talking about Diddy and all that. Like, this is the stuff.
I don't know if this was given what Homeboy thought it was given, though. Like, because you're basically admitting that you knew, if this is true, that you knew that there was sexual activity happening with underage people, and you stood by idly and did absolutely
for 16 years.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he got his own podcast now, so let's see how he's gonna twist this one out.
I hope they get.
Is it a money grab though? You think the
It's always a money grab.
It is,
but it doesn't mean it's not reality.
That's true too. But
It's
like, if it's true, you should have been come out and then say that. Like, if you really was there for the people when it was happening, how come you didn't do it?
One of them, is now married to a professional athlete.
Okay.
So there's a lot of, industry stuff, a lot of, like dirty business, man. Now you wonder why so much of the, the Epstein stuff, like whatever, like all this stuff when it comes out, information and conspiracies, there's been so much precedence of this stuff happening that you're like, hey man, as soon as you hear it, you're like,
yeah,
you believe it.
When it comes to these hip hop celebrities now, man, it's like I'm playing spade with them. Everything is possible. You know what I mean? You're just
100%.
like, okay. You know what I mean? So like, as far as like,
except when Fat Joe talks about beating up his school bullies.
Oh my God, he's always lying. Like, you know what I mean? And then like,
that.
I don't feel sorry for Fat Joe.
Let's see what he says about
this. He's been to jail before. Tax invasion. He did 3 months.
This is a lot worse than that.
This is a lot
This
worse.
is a lot worse.
I mean, 20 mil, you think he got 20 million? Fat Joe ain't got 20 million.
He better sell some sneakers.
An asset, he probably does.
He better sell some sneakers.
So I take that back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sell some assets. But
what is he worth? What is Fat Joe worth?
I don't know, but he probably lied. He probably said some crazy stuff. Justin Bieber said it himself. Leonardo DiCaprio, man. We have him on comment, man. Yo, what's going on with JB though, man? I don't know. On some off topic stuff. JB's been posting random things.
Net worth. Let me see. Fat Joe's net worth. La da la da da. 4 million.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he ain't got no 20 million.
I mean, he had to liquidate a lot.
Yeah, he'll have to.
If he's gonna get up to that value.
He's gonna lose a lot of weight. He's gonna have those oros comporos and shit, mofongo.
Hey man, but Fat Joe, he doesn't have the catalog that's gonna keep gaining him new money. But
he got lean back. But now that nigga need to lean